To really get what you want out of this life is first to learn how to surrender to it. We create our own reality. By wanting something, the universe will create a path for us to walk on. The only thing is, we often block that path because we feel that we know better how to get there. But the truth is, we just don't know how to create better than the universe itself. Our egos might believe that it does, but we simply do not. Our minds are limited to what we know. And the universe can create for us what we just cannot see yet. Therefore, when we surrender to life, we open up ourselves to get where we want to be. But first, the universe is going to give you something much more interesting. When you go onto your spiritual journey, especially in the beginning when you have your awakening, many people find that they come across some chaos. They have to go through some things in life that they actually do not expect. These things happen because they have to happen for us to grow. I noticed that when I had my spiritual awakening too. I had this wonderful feeling of waking up, but shortly after, I realized that I had a lot of unresolved fear inside of myself. Fear that came from my childhood, that first had to be overcome in order to go where I want to be. We understand this from the perspective of buying a car, for example. When you buy a car and you do not know how to drive yet, how are you going to drive that car? You first have to learn how to drive. So that means going through a period of time where you're learning, making mistakes, and improving yourself. As I talk about in many of my videos, the energy works the same way as our physical world. We have to learn in order to get better. For a car, it's simple. It's a physical thing. We make the decision ourselves to learn how to drive. But when it comes to millions of dollars, or when it comes to be successful, you might not know what to do in order to get there. With driving, it's simple. There's instructions. But when it comes to other things in life, you have to go through a phase of letting the universe decide for you how to get there. So we have to get out of our own way in order to grow, to improve, and to get where we need to be. So as I said, when you have your spiritual awakening and you decide, I'm going to have a happy life, do not feel discouraged because some chaos might happen. And the level of that chaos depends on each person, because some people do not need to learn as much as others. So when I realized I had a lot of unresolved fear inside of myself, the universe put me into a lot of trials in order to get over that. Other people might have unresolved shame or anger or other things inside of themselves that they first have to get rid of in order to become the person they really are on the inside. Often we have beliefs inside of ourselves that are simply not true. So in order to become the best version of yourself, you first have to get rid of those beliefs. So when you decide to become someone new, you have to also act like the new person. So therefore it's really important to not try to figure it out yourself, because your mind is limited and only knows from the past experiences you have encountered. Therefore it's best to just release yourself and let the universe do its thing. That is going to be very hard in the beginning because you are basically letting things be. And that is scary because we are attached to something and we have to try to let go of that. And we also are attached to the future because we are afraid when we let go of that want and need that it actually is not going to happen to us. And that's your older self trying to keep you in safety. We are beings of comfort. But in order to grow, we have to step out of that comfort zone. And this is what it means to step out of the comfort zone. By stepping into the unknown. Not knowing what's going to happen next. Not trying to manipulate every situation so that you feel comfortable with it. We only try to manipulate situations because we want to know what to expect. I always like to tell this. We watch the same series and movies over and over again because we know exactly what to expect from it. That is not per se a bad thing, but we do it because we know what's going to happen, we know it's going to be good, and therefore we like to watch it because we like to be in control of our comforts. So therefore we often choose something we already have done before, the same restaurants, the same movies, the same series, the same things, the same people, because we know what to expect. And it's not bad to watch the same series or movies over and over again, it's fine. I also love to watch Breaking Bad and Friends and The Big Bang Theory, and I've watched it multiple times. It's okay. But do realize why you are doing these things. Do not attach yourself to all these things that you already know because it's comfortable for you. To really grow means to do new things in life. And that can be very scary in the beginning because for some people they need to grow a lot and therefore some things happen in life that they might not feel so comfortable with. And that's why a lot of people quit. Because they rather have familiarity than not knowing. But in order to grow, you have to step into something you do not know yet. Think about it. Everything new that you have to learn in life, you have to do something new in order to get there. If you go to school, for example, and you're in English class and you already know how to speak English perfectly, you're not in the right class. But if you go to history and you don't know anything about history, you are on the right spot because now you're in the right place to learn. We understand this from this perspective of matter, when it's about driving or when it's about learning. But the same happens with energy. When you want to raise your vibration into this new being, you have to go through some trial and error to improve yourself to become the new and best version of yourself. And once you get that, you know that every situation that happens is for you to grow. We are so afraid of certain things in life that we rather block them out than grow. But now you know that these situations have to happen for you so that you can become a better being. So it is all about losing the fear of growth, losing the fear of stepping into the unknown. The unknown is where miracles happen. And that's where you really want to be. But you first have to decide that you are okay with that. Because it's going to be uncomfortable at sometimes. Life happens for you. It is not against you. Take everything as a way of growth. And if you need to learn new things, be open to learn these new things. Because the other way, you're just going to be stuck in the same way you always have been. We can get anything that we desire out of life. But the real way to get what we desire out of life is to just simply let go of control. Decide what you want and let the path unfold to you. We just have to decide what we want and let go of it. Not trying to manipulate it, not trying to control every situation, because we are afraid that otherwise we're not going to get it. But you're going to get so much more. Because if you lose these blockages of that just one thing that needs to be in a certain way, because you open yourself up to new possibilities and more possibilities. Just understand that we are limited. And the only way to expand ourselves is to let life unfold to us. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you all in the next one. In the meantime, have a wonderful and blissful day. Peace.